Good afternoon, and welcome to the University of Toledo's 2023 Fall Commencement. Our processional will be led by the Grand Marshal, the University President, members of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, and University administrators. We will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the flag of the United States. This will be led by the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles Troop. The presentation of the flag will be followed by the processional. Please rise.
You may be seated. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate the class of 2023. We are thankful to have so many excited graduates, proud parents, caregivers, family members, friends, dedicated faculty, and staff who have joined us here in Savage Arena or who are tuning in virtually to make this a celebration to remember for our graduates. Today marks a major milestone, one that our graduates, their families, and our faculty have long awaited. It is a day to celebrate a personal achievement, the rewards of much studying, and the many opportunities that a college degree brings. Congratulations. On behalf of the University of Toledo, I want to thank our graduates for choosing the University of Toledo to help you prepare for success as you take that next step in your career or your studies for an advanced degree. We are honored to share this celebration with you and your loved ones today. We are proud of your successes to date, and we look forward to your future accomplishments. At this time, I'd ask all of you to rise again and join me in opening our ceremonies by singing the national anthem. It will be led by Hua Yu, who is graduating today with a master's degree in music performance. Members of the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles Troop will present the colors. Please be seated. Congratulations to the class of 2023, and welcome to the prestigious group of individuals who proudly call themselves alumni of the University of Toledo. Today, you join more than 171,000 proud alumni helping to fulfill our mission of improving the human condition here in Toledo and across the globe. Getting our students to this moment is important for you, our graduates waiting patiently to hear your name called to walk across the stage. But it is also important for our community, as we are the foundation of our region's growth and prosperity. Our commitment to your success does not end today. We have a responsibility to continue our positive momentum to not just maintain, but to enhance the value of your U-Toledo degree that you proudly hang on your wall. And you have a responsibility as the newest alumni of our U-Toledo to support our continued success as ambassadors for your alma mater. You are now and forever a part of Rocket Nation. We are proud to be a university of opportunity for so many students and of our strong tradition of U-Toledo alumni lifting up the next generation of graduates. take a moment today to recognize and celebrate your achievements. Achieving this milestone has not been easy, even under normal circumstances. You have persevered over many challenges during the past few years. Your hard work and determination have made this day happen, but you didn't do it alone. Your faculty advisors and mentors played an important role in supporting you along the way. Your family, friends, and loved ones kept you going when you weren't sure you could continue. Let's take a moment to recognize all those people who were in your corner helping you get to graduation day. As you reflect on your U-Toledo journey, I want you to not just remember what you learned in the classroom, the lab, the stage, or on the playing field. All of those official experiences in your studies, student organizations, performances, or athletic teams are important, but the college experience is so much more. Think about how you picked up some conflict resolution skills during the past few years, maybe through addressing an issue with a roommate. Remember how you stood up for yourself when you were not given proper credit for your idea. And don't forget the time management and prioritization techniques you used to get everything done during a week where there did not seem to be a free minute to remember to breathe. You are a different person now than you were when you first came to campus. You are smarter, stronger, and ready for whatever the future brings. I can't wait to see what you do next. It is now my privilege to recognize several distinguished individuals who have joined us to celebrate this occasion. I would like to begin with those members of our Board of Trustees who are present, and I will ask each of them to stand and be recognized as I call their name. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, the chairman of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Will Lucas, Ms. Lydia Ebersole, Ms. Madeline Vining, and Dr. Thomas Wakefield. I would next like to recognize the provost, vice presidents, deans, and other key university leaders. In the interest of time, I would ask these leaders to all please stand together and be recognized. I will now call upon Board Chair of Trustees Will Lucas, who will introduce our commencement speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Postal. It's my pleasure to introduce to you this afternoon Dr. Patrick E. Bowe, doctor, I get to call him doctor now, who at this morning's ceremony received an honorary degree of Doctor of Commercial Science, honoris causa. Congratulations. Dr. Bowe is President and Chief Executive Officer of the Andersons. He brought more than 3 decades of experience to the agricultural sector when he took the top role at the Andersons in 2015. The agribusiness was founded in Maumee in 1947, and today is a diversified company that conducts business in the commodity merchandising, renewables, nutrient, and industrial sectors. The Andersons is an important fabric of our Toledo community and recently celebrated 75 years of service. Thanks to Dr. Bowe's leadership, the business is bigger and stronger than ever before. Before joining the Toledo community, Dr. Bowe served as corporate vice president of Cargill and began his career as a cash grain merchant, trader, and analyst at the Chicago Board of Trade. Dr. Bowe earned his bachelor's degree in political science from Stanford University and a master's degree from the Stanford Food Research Institute. Active in our community, Dr. Bowe serves on the boards of Toledo Alliance for the Performing Arts and the Toledo Museum of Art. We are pleased and excited to have Dr. Bowe as our guest this afternoon. I present Dr. Patrick E. Bowe.
It got dark all of a sudden. because it's very serious because now I have the title of doctor. I kind of like that. I'm going to make my kids call me that today. So University of Toledo Board of Directors, University President Dr. Postal, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, the remarkable 2023 graduating class of the University of Toledo. I'm deeply honored to address you here today, even though I'm sure many of you are probably wondering, so who is this guy up here, and why is he asked to come speak to us? Well, I was kind of wondering that same thing myself, as I'm not an astronaut, physician, philosopher, politician, famous actor, in fact, not even alumnus of UT, but I'm a local company CEO who's a fan of the Rockets. So I hope I can at least share some interesting thoughts with you today to think about. As a business guy who works in agriculture, the grain business specifically, as I sit here in Savage Arena, I look around and can't help but think, how much corn could fill this arena? And how much would it be worth? So while you're all important, I think about in grain terms. Sorry about that. Well, I digress. But I begin as I want to congratulate all the parents and loved ones of the graduates with us here today, as you've successfully navigated through years of tuition payments, late night phone calls, and even the occasional laundry rescue mission. But today you get your reward, an empty nest and some peace and quiet. And I'm speaking from experience, as I'm the father of 6 children, all have recently graduated college and launched their careers, and also am an empty nester as well with my wife. So let's give a big Toledo graduating class round of applause to the real MVPs of today's graduation ceremony, your parents. Let's hear it for the parents. So today we gather here to celebrate not just the culmination of years of hard work and dedication, but also to reflect on an enduring quality that will serve as a guiding light as you embark on this exciting journey called life. And that enduring quality is character. And I repeat, character, which is a key theme for my talk today. As character can be described as the moral and ethical compass that guides actions and decisions. And it is this compass that remains constant. Today, as you stand on the cusp of a new chapter, the strength of your character will be your true north. So throughout your academic journey, you've acquired a wealth of knowledge, but now you'll be able to put those skills into action. And the depth of the quality of your principles will truly distinguish you as you navigate the rest of your life. As you've already shown resilience in the face of adversity, as you're a generation who grew up in the post-9/11 world and began your college experience navigating a global pandemic. COVID-19 shaped your college years, and whether it was virtual learning, social distancing, an uncertain future, and even some fear, yet you persevered. And as you enter your professional world, you'll face challenges. We all do. And your character will be tested, not just in moments of triumph, but more specifically in moments of difficulty. And during these trying times, the strength of your character will surface. Your ability to maintain your integrity, stay true to your principles, and treat others with respect will be a measure of your success. So in a world that often seems obsessed with external markers of achievement, wealth, fame, power, even the number of social media followers you have, it's easy to lose sight of what is truly important and who you are. The way you choose to show up in certain situations will define your professional reputation and your personal brand. So remember, it's never wrong to do the right thing. And I repeat, it's never wrong to do the right thing. As things have certainly changed since I graduated college way back in 1980, we didn't have cell phones, the internet, LinkedIn, or ChatGPT to write our resumes for us. In fact, now that I think about it, I should have had ChatGPT write my speech today. But I had to mail in a hand-typed letter from a manual typewriter to apply for a position and include the payphone at my fraternity house for prospective employers to call back. Well, talk about worrying about who might answer the phone and what they might say. I was pretty scared about that, but somehow I'd imagined it kind of worked out. And even though business and much of the world are now run on technology, what has stayed the same is the need for smart people with strong character. Having started right where you are today, at the entry level, progressing on to being a manager and then an executive, and even now a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, I still want to surround myself with individuals who are not only smart and hardworking, but of deep character. So my brief comments today will be broken down into 6 B's, as in B-E, like be all you can be. And the first B is be true to yourself. Never compromise your principles for short-term gain. Life sometimes doesn't go as planned, and there are setbacks, and growth isn't always linear. How you handle these challenges will define you. I would like to share a brief story from my college days as I played tight end on the Stanford football team. You picture a big tall guy here, right? For a legendary football coach by the name of Bill Walsh, who went on to be an NFL Hall of Fame coach at the San Francisco 49ers. There you go. So I was a tall, skinny freshman at 6'7", 180 pounds, a former quarterback. They converted to tight end. And at that spring practice, we had a new coaching staff came in, and Coach Walsh came up to me as I was standing in the back of a line for a drill for the tight ends. And we had our names taped across the front of our helmets because they didn't know who we were. They're so new. And he said to me, "Bo, what are you thinking about?" And I responded, "I don't know, Coach." I was kind of nervous with that response. And he looked at me square in the eye, and I'll never forget it. He said, "You're thinking about the 4 guys in front of you, aren't you? You need to focus on you," pointing right at me. You're looking at the guy who's stronger and the guys who's faster, and you're worrying about will you ever get the chance that they have. Instead, you need to focus on you. Stay after practice, catch more passes, be in the weight room, get bigger and stronger and faster, work on your footwork, memorize the playbook, watch tons of film. If you do all of this, you'll be our first string starting tight end. While it seemed like a long shot, it was the best advice I ever received. Because I did just what Coach Walsh said, and you know what? That next season, after lots of hard work, getting bigger and stronger and faster, and with a little bit of luck, I was a starting tight end at Stanford. And after graduation, I was even fortunate enough to be selected to play with the Green Bay Packers. The point of this story is not about sports or football, but it's about that very important phrase: you need to focus on you. And I've used this advice many times in my career. And I've shared these same words with younger employees who ask what they need to do to get ahead. So I say, you need to focus on you. Keep your head down, work hard, stay focused on you and your career, not trying to be someone else. You're a lifelong work in progress. And as you continue to focus on what you need to do, opportunities will come your way. So the second B is be engaged. In a world where you can work remotely, have virtual friendships, and online relationships, keep sight of the power of the human connection. The friends you have made during college will be your friends throughout your life. My college friends are still my closest friends 40 years later. And college has given you some shared core memories, and cherish those relationships. Continue to engage and be seen, be heard, get involved, and don't isolate yourself. Staying engaged is not only good for your career, but it's also good for your mental health and well-being. My third B today is be humble and kind. Just like the famous Tim McGraw country song, always be humble and kind. That was humbling, singing that song just now. So throughout my career, I've had to make some hard decisions that impacted people. And even though they were the right decisions for the business, leading with respect and compassion for people was always my top priority. And when you treat people and others you work with the way you wish to be treated, hard things can be done with compassion. And it's a golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So find what drives your passion and use that talent and give that experience to give back to others. Get involved in your community. You'll always receive so much more than you give. At the Andersons, where I work, we have a long history of giving back to our community, and it's a big part of our company's brand and a big reason why I chose to join the company. Our fourth B today is be open and curious. Say yes to when opportunities arise. For example, I moved over 11 times in my career, taking on new assignments and moving a family of 8, even overseas to Brazil. Was I always qualified for these roles? No. Was it intimidating? Yes. Was it overwhelming? Sometimes. But was it worth it? Absolutely. The best decision I ever made was to marry my wife, Mary Louise, when we met at Stanford, and have been married for 40 years. In fact, this weekend, to be exact. And together, yeah, way to go, Mary Louise. Together, we said yes to numerous new opportunities, including moving to Toledo and taking the job as CEO of the Andersons. And we love this community and are making it our lifelong home. Can I get a TOL? TOL. TOL. Very good, very good. Take that with you as you graduate. So just as you've, I'm sorry about that, being a lifelong learner is the fifth B, becoming a lifelong learner. And just as you've learned and grown at the University of Toledo, continue seeking knowledge and personal development throughout your life. Whether this is seeking to understand someone with a differing opinion or humbling yourself to learn a brand new skill, keep growing your mind and your experiences. For example, this past Sunday, I expanded my experiences by playing the role of Mother Ginger in the Toledo Ballet's performance of the Nutcracker. Sitting on top of a 16-foot platform, wearing a bonnet and makeup, and surrounded by little dancing girls that came out from under the skirt of the costume. I never would imagine I'd do something like that. And the good news for all of you, I'm one and done with that performance, and I've hung up my dancing shoes. But the important part was trying something new, and it was really cool. So today's final B is be a leader. Be a positive force for change in your community and the world. Your character will inspire and influence those around you, and the world today needs bright minds like yours to tackle the challenges we face. We need leaders like you to be part of the solution. So bring your rocket fuel to everything you do. In closing, as you enter the post-college world, just as a compass can locate true north, the strength of your character will be your guide. Remember the 6 B's I mentioned. Be true to yourself, be engaged, be humble and kind, be open and curious, be a lifelong learner, and be a leader. Your time here at the University of Toledo has equipped you with the knowledge, resilience, and creativity to making a meaningful impact. The future is as strong as your character. Congratulations, University of Toledo graduating class of 2023, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bowe, for your inspirational words to our graduates. We appreciate your leadership of the Andersons, which is an important institution in Toledo and a rich part of our region's history. The business has really thrived under your leadership, and we can all learn a great deal from your example. Thank you for sharing your experience and your wisdom with us today. President Postal, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests and parents, relatives, and friends of the graduates, it is my honor to announce the presentation of our degree candidates. Today, we present 126 candidates for doctoral degrees. I now call upon Dr. Daniel Hamill, Acting Vice Provost of Graduate Affairs, to present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
Candidates for doctoral degrees from the Colleges of Engineering, Health and Human Services, and the Judith Herb College of Education, please rise. Thank you. President Postal, I have the honor to present these candidates for doctoral degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates.
Will all candidates for doctoral degrees please rise, or have already risen? Thank you. President Postal, these students have completed all requirements for doctoral degrees.
Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all these qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. The faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and in noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. We are linked forever. Our good fortune is your good fortune. Your success fuels our tomorrow. Please join me in recognizing these graduates. You may be seated.
At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates to receive congratulatory recognition, accompanied by their advisors, to the lower stage to my right.
Doctoral candidates: Terrence Michael Armentano, hooded by Dr. Edward Janik. Travis Brown, hooded by Dr. Edward Janik. Pierrette Renee Dagg, hooded by Dr. Edward Janik. Kenneth Dwayne Hale, hooded by Dr. Edward A. Janik, Dr. David L. Meben, and Dr. Penny Poplin-Gassetti. Christina Willie, hooded by Dr. Snejana Slanchiva Durst. Carol Lynn Walling, hooded by Dr. Edward Janik. Brandon Roderick Tucker. Janet Kathleen Kempf, hooded by Dr. John Locks. Jennifer Christine Jensen. Deborah L. Belcher, hooded by Dr. Ruslan Slutsky.
Rachel Elizabeth Corrigan, hooded by Dr. Rebecca Snyder.
Karen Marie Mortland, hooded by Dr. Robert Topp. Dawn M. Wolford.
Chelsea Schwans, hooded by Dr. Vicky D'Agostino.
Tiffany Raquel Jones, hooded by Dr. Victoria Steiner. Abigail Lee Dohanis, hooded by Dr. Snejana Slanchiva Durst. Michelle Koss, hooded by Dr. Penny Poplin-Gassetti and Dr. Deborah Brace. Caitlin Ann Verla, hooded by Dr. Amanda Murray.
Madison Marie Millhouse, hooded by Dr. Amanda Murray.
Jeremy Charles Orme, hooded by Dr. Amanda Murray. Ashley Lachelle Jackson, hooded by Dr. Sammy Spann. Angshuman Bharadwaj, hooded by Dr. A. Champa Jayasuriya.
Mazumil Mumtat.
Zaid Ali Aldullah. Amir Degan, hooded by Dr. Hossein Sajudi. Abdul Majid Hulayil Al-Mutairi, hooded by Dr. Ala Katawi. Nilufar Shikuhi. Abdel Hakim Abu Yassin, hooded by Dr. Patricia Relu.
Hossein Abadi, hooded by Dr. Muhammad Blania and Dr. Ala Katawi.
Robert Allen Langendorfer. Morgan Stutz, hooded by Dr. Carly Riegsicker.
Jason Penwell, hooded by Dr. Lucinda Bouillon.
Sean Jeffrey Nick, hooded by Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Shristi Prasad Srivastav, hooded by Dr. Cindy E. Bullion. Reagan Elaine Simon, hooded by Dr. Lucinda Bullion. Shannon Elizabeth Weil, hooded by Dr. Cindy Bullion. Chandler Lewis, hooded by Dr. Christopher Fondren. Catherine Maureen Burke, hooded by Dr. Annie Kowalski.
Sierra Teresi, hooded by Dr. Harry Gimberling.
Jeffrey Zazda II, hooded by Dr. Joe Horniak. Shelby Jane Fulmer, hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Rebecca Elizabeth Oswald, hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Aaron Charlie Stinser, hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Jemiah Ann Burson, hooded by Dr. Amy Both.
Tiana Jane Kohler, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith.
Andrea L. Cromley, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith.
Ramey Bauer, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith.
Daniel Young Williamson, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Matthew Lewis Krill, hooded by Dr. Mark Merrick. Quinn Lacey Hatfield King, hooded by Dr. Stacy Young. Sarah Marie Fergus, hooded by Dr. Kaylee Baker. Alex Devon Springer, hooded by Dr. Abraham Lee. Ryan M. Shoulders, hooded by Dr. Abraham Lee.
34 of our undergraduate candidates have completed the requirements for fulfillment of their baccalaureate study through our university's Jessup Scott Honors College. They are wearing medallions attached to gold ribbons to commemorate high achievement in the rigorous honors curricula at the University of Toledo. Degree candidates who have earned an honors medallion from the Jessup Scott Honors College, please rise to be recognized for your outstanding accomplishments. Please be seated. A number of our graduating candidates today are also wearing blue and gold twisted honors cords. These candidates are graduating baccalaureates with highest distinction, or summa cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 or higher for all college work. Will these candidates please rise? Please be seated. Candidates wearing blue cords are graduating baccalaureates with great distinction, or magna cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.6 for all college work. Will these candidates please rise? Please be seated. Candidates wearing gold cords are graduating baccalaureates with distinction, or cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work. Will these candidates please rise? Please be seated. Candidates wearing white cords are graduating associates with high scholarship. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work at the associate level. Will these candidates please rise? Please be seated. Please join me in applause to acknowledge the scholastic achievement of all of these students. At this time, we would also like to recognize the cadets who have completed the Army ROTC program and will be commissioned as officers and are graduating today. They are wearing black and gold cords. Would the new officers who are with us today please rise? Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the University of Toledo community and the Student Veterans of America University of Toledo chapter, it is my privilege and honor to recognize those graduates adorned with a red, white, and blue military honors cord. These courageous men and women have served or are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces. We thank you for your distinguished service and your sacrifices for our country. Please rise and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. We would now like to present our candidates for educational specialist, master's degrees, graduate certificates, and undergraduate degree candidates. There are 14 candidates for educational specialist, 289 candidates for master's degrees, and 23 candidates for graduate certificates. Candidates for undergraduate degrees include 1,133 baccalaureate degrees and 32 associate degrees. I now call upon Dean Raymond Whitty to present the candidates from the Judith College of Education.
Will all candidates for educational specialist, master's degree, graduate certificates, and baccalaureate degrees from the Judith Herb College of Education, please rise. President Postal, as Dean of the Judith Herb College of Education, I am pleased to present the candidates for the degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. I now call upon Dean Michael Toole to present the candidates from the College of Engineering.
Will all candidates for master's and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Engineering please rise? President Postal, as the Dean of the College of Engineering, I am pleased to present these candidates. Please join us in recognizing. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Mark Merrick to present the candidates from the College of Health and Human Services.
Will all candidates for education specialist, master's degrees, graduate certificates, baccalaureate, and associate degrees from the College of Health and Human Services please rise? President Postal, as Dean of the College of Health and Human Services, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Barbara Kopp-Miller, who will present the candidates from University College.
Will all candidates for baccalaureate and associate degrees from University College please rise? President Postal, as Dean of University College, I am pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates.
Will all candidates for education specialist, master's degrees, graduate certificates, baccalaureate, and associate degrees please rise? President Postal, these students have completed all requirements for education specialist, master's degree, graduate certificates, and baccalaureate and associate degrees.
Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all these qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. All baccalaureate and associate graduates may now move their tassels from the front right of their mortarboards to the front left of their mortarboards. The faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and in noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. We are forever linked. Our good fortune is your good fortune. Your success fuels our tomorrow. Please join me in recognizing these graduates. You may be seated.
At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates to receive congratulatory recognition. Graduates on my right, beginning with University College, will come forward to the lower stage to my right.
University College. Ileana Erie Bergstrom. Melanie Sue Ribka. Danielle Joy Kolstock. Catherine Zielinski. McKenna Rose Zeller. Kelsey Danielle Szymanski. Sydney Zerger. Lauren Elizabeth Sneed. Stephanie Dallas. Alexi Kalen Moore. Martin L. Buck Sr. Cassidy Fowler. Isaiah T. Dowell Churchman.
Tyler Cochran.
Kanisha Renee Callahan. Addison Faye Maurer. Eileen Mary Sunshine. Essence Elena Davalier Buffman. Rihanna Suttles. Takia Tequila Sims. Judith Herb College of Education. Megan Elizabeth Platfoot. Jacob Alexander Brewer. Jasmine Cherie Smith. Brandon Herms. Brianna Nicole Gilbert. David Joseph Gamboa. Jamie M. Drulard. Michaela Johnson. Emily Coho. Lania Michelle Crawford. Jasmine Ann Alfred. Andrew B. Yim. Tiffany Bishop. Brianna Noel Garcia. Kirsten Peer. Sydney May Pavelchek. Grace Mackenzie Delventhal. Ariana Elizabeth Loney. Audrey Brooke Thompson. Amaya Elizabeth Alexander. Claire Elizabeth Hensley. Courtney Haug. Aubrey Ann Florence. Morgan Elizabeth Russell. Faith Marie Schweitzer. Caroline Francis Gobble. Cassandra Lynn Vogelpol Shope. Jacob Michael Dar. Dondre Isaiah Cook. Abby Nicole Allison. Jacqueline Elizabeth Portillo. Nicholas R. Baird. College of Engineering. Jacob Joseph Krieger. Moyad Halal Manasra. Fahad Al-Harthi. Peter Joseph Roja. Justin Kang Cheng Cheong. Ashek Siddiqui Tanmoy. MD Samsud Tabrin Moon. Lucas Dale Fink. Eloise Files. Micah Daniel Ritter. McKenna Mee. Gabriel Adam Durno. Jafar Ali Almarhoon. Sierra Nisley. Brianna Catherine Sue Bunch. Andrew Douglas Olson. Riley Christine Moore. Hannah Jane Cordes. Wyatt Ferguson. Nicholas Smallman. Marcus William Schmidt. Mark William Lieber. Evan Amos Pullman. Connor Gerald Bell. Peyton Lynn Kamer. Joseph Doe. Samita S. Kumar. Griffin Hayes Purcell. Shui Chen Leong. Jonathan Michael Bonkoski. Katie Noel Gravlin. Bradley Gerdeman. Ryan Goshi. Dustin Paul Ruffing. Matthew C. Henry II. Andrew Perez. Austin Joseph Marchluski. Jared Christopher Keller. Karam Nader Zaytuni. Caleb Trace Johnson. Garrett Knowlton. Alexander James Marchand. Evan Bradley Elliott. Matthew Mark Slider. Alexander Nicholas Hargrave. Lydia Hoffman. Connor Anthony Post. Tyler Jacob Bomia. Mark Owen Sperry Jr. Logan Kropp. Zachary Losi. Kyle Storer. Cole Arthur Tessina, Jonathan Richard Cayley, Aaron Masick, Nicholas Paul Riley, Garrett W. Volker, Dominic DePaffi, Kieran Miller, Andrew John Daniel, Carson George Stoner, Eli MacArthur Wise, Zach Volmer, Andre Elias Cash, Tyler Huffman, MD Tanvir Ahmed, Benjamin Rose, Logan Shea Halloran, Liam Michael Craig, Matthew David Mueller, Michael Cohart, Sean Michael Olivier, Anthony Jordan Gucciardo,
Shahriar Rahman Sami.
Connor James Hoy, Jared Davidson, Daria R. Esfahan, Carly Manor, Joshua Recker, Noah Riley, Jason Chen,
Jacob Carl Ritter.
Ifai Chuku Chideberry Anorado, Dorian James Michael Vaughn, Shelby Marie Marshall, Zainab Jafar, Jose Carlos Arnal de la Peña, Rhea Hafiz Smeedy, Patrick Castiles, Grace Snyder, Stephen Edgar Rochon, Dean Spires, Carter Mason McCartney,
Noah Robert Gilchrist.
Zachary Beringer, Ryan Joseph Post, Hannah Jane Spillett, Rachel Christine Geisler, Brian Edward Nick, Nathan Owen Scott, Tyler Lee Stute, Taylor Elizabeth Geese, Skylar Paige Parker, Amanda Whitson, Colton Robert Craner, Jacob Andrew Gothals, Wyatt Marshall Thompson, Jason Dunstan, Joshua Heitkamp, Obai Al-Harbi, Sarah Elizabeth Baker, Nora Margaret Kennedy, Alex Thomas Melhorn, Deanna Renee Carlson, Addison Elaine Umball, Delaney Marie Gargak, Tori Rachel Wright, Erin Maria Dudgeon, Nimra Gurung, Prathna Thapa, Josiah Daniel Carriam, Gabriel Scott Franz, Caleb Daniel Voles, Donald Patrick Grokey Jr., Brihaspati Pandya, Jack Allen Heinlein, Jared Robert Wolmer, William David Strabel, Derek Nathan Egner, Aaron Joseph Pittock, Daniel B. Vire, Peter James Mansberger, Sriniket Chakalam,
Le-
Kyle Anthony Chudzinski,
Lisa Renee Kaiser.
Maya K. Gurn, Mega K. Gurn, James William Christus III, Iad Abueta, Alexander Blanchon, Ryan Andrew Paith, Nu Ho Tao Huing, John Alexander Hutchinson, William East, Derek Andrew Etzler, Corbin Jacob Fox,
Daniel Stokes.
Mason James Goshi, Bryce Jacob Wing, Nicholas James Ziegelmeyer, Seth Michael Raymond, Justin Daniel Neiman, Nicholas James Rod, Benjamin D. Swihart, Andrew N. Schultz, Benjamin Oliver Lobdell, Samuel Jefferson Weller, Adelaide Louise White, Julia Hatfield, Tyler Matthew Rollins, Gregory Paul Gubo, Miles Michael Carter, Grant Richard Vivian, Mason Chapman Adams, Richard Eugene Roberts Jr., Priyanka Yogita Praveen Patil, Samuel Joseph Deitering, Riley Quinn Patrick Manahan, Xander Druckenmiller, Caleb Allen Musgrove, Samuel Claire Devine, Austin James Hancock, Jake Emsch, Wyatt Christopher Lake, Camden Willis, Timothy Ryan Dawson, J. Alexander Keenan, Trent M. Ward, Brock Allen Williams, Marshall Frederick Tynerend, Nicholas Edward Hale, Colby David McDonald, Joseph Edward O'Brien, Jared Sippy, Madeline Melissa Arlene George. Aiden Flanagan Ward. Thomas Joseph Cook Jr. Justin Garcia Fike. Brandon John Dirks. Louis Hendricks. Jacob Matthew Reindl. Patrick Nathaniel Wright. Hayden Alexander Fox. Joshua Wayne Silvius. Olivia Sarah Osborne. Nathaniel Christopher Hawley. Jonathan Mark Duran. Grayson Fryer. Kyle John Milkey. Charles Gregory Walter. Graham Thomas Alcorn. Blake Harrison Warner. Dawson Jeffrey Oldigas. Reese Daniel Eifert. Samuel James Layfeld. Luke William Reindl. J. Stephen Kanapke. Rachel Nicole Berman. Connor Stephen Ark. Radi Mohammed Hamuda. Firas Nahuli. Ahmad Yassin. Zachary Joseph Deering. Blake Xavier Butsko. Min Tam Viet Pham. Joseph Michael Derry. Damon Douglas Lichtenwald. Samuel Anthony Burton. Tobias Bertram Rosebrock. Benjamin Schlochter. Nathaniel Jacob Lacey. Jessica Ray Long. Joshua John Hagan. Anthony Lutz. Clay Elliott Bellman. Jacob Bradfield. Joseph Allen Dominique. Simon Pappas. Benjamin Mark Armbruster. Carter Allen Rose. Esmeralda Leon. Emily Dawn Holman. Cody Ray Albright. Caleb Timothy Roush. Dylan Michael Ferris. Thomas Matthew Subchinsky. Wyatt Patrick Early. Kiernan Snyder. Andrew Trewarn Pereira. Clay Byers. Renee Catherine Kane. Maya Nicole Jones. Sarah Marie Cornelius. Emma Jordan Fisher. James Tyler Chandler. Thaddeus Tyler Leinbach. Lindsay Marie Schaefer. Lauren Evelyn Menor. Ethan Michael Downing. Simon Thomas Stout. Matthew Peter Stansley. Vikram Reddy Vadamani. Olivia Catherine Fromm. Nathan Raymond Lowe. Jacob Tyner. Zachariah Mohammed Obid. Oluwafolajimi Toki Phillips. Spencer Christian William Muntz. Kyle Bengella. Isaac Waymer. Naomi Lynn Goldman. Aksha Ahmed. Ishan Berry. Divyansh Tevari. Patrick Joseph Kendall Monroe. Joshua M. Miller. Lauren Christina Pereno. Jerwan Trevante Newton. Jacob Thomas Ogden. Darsha Shetty. Raymond Amos York. Thomas Michael Zendersky. Zachary Ryan Cox. Faith DeWalt. Alice Shin Yi. Jacob Joseph Rium. Cole Hobson. Jeremiah Christopher Hartman. Connery Reed Van Dyke. Christopher Jacob Langendorfer. Jack Thomas Zeller. Gabrielle Grace McCluskey. Carrie Ray Simpson. Nathaniel Joseph Fisher. Aria Samir Kodare. Eknor Narut. Hargun Kaur. Chinmaya. Divman Kaur Gill. Jordan Vic Broston. Alan Keith Burton. Bernadette A. Basinger. Aditi Vinyak Konur. Prachi Dawan. J.K. Alikal. Pooja Vinyak Konur. Om Rathod. J.K. Alikal. Om Rathod. Andrew Christopher Lehman. Joshua Gray Patton. Majid Aldin Al-Shahada. Mohammed Ahed Aliyah. Raymond Vaught. Cooper Reese Losey.
Christopher Rafus Winston.
Jordan Lee Fan. John S. Ueda. Reese Turner Pullman. Justin Ryan Gilmore. Harnoor Singh, Kaustubh Rajendra More, Pawandeep Singh Ajit Singh Dingra, Sai Grover, Nicole Valentina Campos Yanez, Lana Asma Alaraji, Alekia Varada, Priyanka Pulvender, Muhammad Khalid Falata,
James Riley.
College of Health and Human Services, Jolay Afsar, Morgan Ashley Jones, Candace Iman Buttrick, Hannah Morgan Leisure, Nicole Marie Weddleman, Lauren Eilis Tipping, Victoria Jean Dirks, Rami Shea Rogers, Rachel Lynn Mauser, Anne Marie Keegan, Hunter Lee Fields, Aiden M. Leibold, Scott Francis Subnosky, Jack Isaiah Holt, Rhonda Brehum, Cherish Jones, Paige Nicole Calapetro, Lacey Angelique Blackstone, Markayla Banks, Heidi Nofziger, Jamie Lynn Ranella, Mient Kine, Asia Talib Dean, Lorenzo Andres Mendez, Jesse Dwayne Reisinger, Kayla Marie Zilka, Erica Lynn Winters, Claire Catherine Eichler, Kylie Renee Jensen, Catherine Elizabeth Courtwright, Molly Catherine McLeod, Christian Oscar De La Torre, Megan Nicole Royer, Noah Reed Watts, Hannah Nicole Hodges, Tiffany Christine Slowinski, Josie Marie Reitenbaugh, Zoe Elizabeth Beaupre, Alyssa Page, Carissa Francis LeDuc, Alicia Ann Brackett, Brandon James Russell, Hannah Frost, Joshua Richard Randolph, Dennis Curti, Braden Matthew Geffert. Gage Michael Zachary Frederick. Brandon Ware. William Thomas Trenka. Leah Jo Munson. Emma Rose Butterwick. Claire Eileen Green. Celia M. Bowman. Diamond Miracle Fears. Mohammed Abdulgader M. Al-Gregory. Joyce Nzinga Makanda. Faith Chipingat Linga. Sarah Mohammed Yassin. Emily Rose Simadan. Jaden Christina Schock. Ariana Denise Reyna. William John Malloy. Michael Gordon Adams. Anish Sanjay Patel. Austin Welker. Heather F. Butler.
I would now like to invite Mr. Jeff Williams, who is president of our University of Toledo Alumni Association, to welcome members of our graduating class to the distinguished ranks of our alumni body.
President Postal, trustees, honored and distinguished guests, faculty, staff members, family, friends, and graduates. For over 100 years, the Alumni Association has been engaging in fellow alumni across the country and abroad, helping to strengthen affinity and the connection with our alma mater and each other. I am honored to be here and represent over 171,000 alumni, including 21 colleges and special interest affiliates, and 27 alumni chapters worldwide. On behalf of the University of Toledo Alumni Association, I would like to add our congratulations and the warmest of wishes to every graduate here today and welcome you into our very proud and global alumni family. I would also like to extend my thanks to some special alumni who are here giving back to the university they love by serving as alumni marshals for today's ceremonies. Graduates, as you embark on your new journey, it is my hope that you will follow in our marshals' footsteps by returning to campus often. Alumni membership offers many benefits as your relationship with U-Toledo takes a new beginning. To help you remain engaged, connected to U-Toledo and other alums, we are providing you with a complimentary membership to the U-Toledo Alumni Association. We hope you will take advantage of the opportunities to connect with an alumni chapter near you and return to campus for homecoming and other events. We also encourage you to connect virtually and share career updates and experiences or memories of U-Toledo online or via social media. Engaging in the Alumni Association can enrich your life with connections for many years to come. There are U-Toledo alumni located throughout the world, and your Alumni Association can help you find them. We look forward to providing you with opportunities that will strengthen the relationship with the University of Toledo and our ever-growing alumni community. Your membership in the U-Toledo Alumni Association begins now. Welcome.
Congratulations, graduates, and welcome to the University of Toledo alumni family. This elite alumni group is making a difference in their communities and around the world as business leaders, teachers, engineers, artists, physicians, attorneys, pharmacists, environmentalists, nurses, astronomers, and scientists. As you start the next chapter in your life, I urge you to use your skills and talents to make an impact on your community. There are incredible challenges facing our world today, and we need your passion and tenacity to tackle them. As a member of Rocket Nation, we also need you to show your rocket pride wherever you go. You are an important part of UToledo's history and our future. You are proof of the life-changing impact a UToledo education can have for our graduates and for future generations. Thank you for being an ambassador for your alma mater. As we conclude today's graduation ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the special people in your support systems, whether they are your parents, caregivers, friends, a spouse or partner, children, siblings, or grandparents. Over the past few years, they have played an important role supporting you on this graduation day. To all of these individuals in your cheering sections, I want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out to your graduate to offer advice, for listening when they needed encouragement, for boosting their confidence when they doubted themselves, and for laughing with them to lighten their spirits. Graduates, please join me now in giving a round of applause to thank these family members, friends, and loved ones. Additionally, I would like to thank the many UToledo staff members who worked to plan this commencement ceremony. Let's give a round of applause for everyone who helped make this a special occasion to remember. And now, finally, the moment our graduates have waited for long enough, worked so hard to achieve, and what all of today's pageantry has been leading up to. To properly recognize the achievements of each and every one of our new University of Toledo graduates, I'm going to ask our audience to join me in giving one final, really loud, over-the-top, foot-stomping ovation. Let's hear it. Congratulations, graduates. As we conclude today's ceremony, we ask all graduates and alumni to rise for the singing of the alma mater led by Hua Yu. Those in academic regalia, please remain standing for the recessional. All others are asked to take their seats after the alma mater and remain seated until the graduates have exited. Thank you.